Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about arrays in JavaScript. Okay. In the previous videos, we have learned about objects, correct? So how to create them, how to access them. So you know that objects can store multiple properties. And similar to objects, an array is a special variable that can hold more than one value. Okay. Now, for example, let us say you have a list of people. Let us say you have a list of students in your class. So I have written only 6 names here. It may be 30, 40, 50, 60 students. And when you want to store their names, it is tedious to create separate variables and store them. Correct? And this is when we use arrays. Or let us say we have the marks scored by students. So let us say that these are the marks scored by a person. Creating separate variable for each mark is tedious, and so we go for array. Alright, so an array can store all these values in it, or all these names of students in it. Alright, so now let us go to the website and learn how to create an array. Okay, now we create an array just like we declare a variable. Alright, so I'll say const and let me say person1. So I want to store the details of a person in an array. Okay, so we have given the name for the array as person1. Now we use equal to symbol, and inside square brackets we mention the values. Okay, or we type in the values. So it is square brackets here in the array. Alright, so let me say the name of the person, Anil. Alright, Anil. And since it is name of the person, it is a string, and so it has to be inside quotes or within quotes. Okay, next let his age be 36. Now this is an integer, and so quotes are not required. Okay, and let me mention his height, so 5.10. so this is a floating point, and so no quotes are required. Okay, and then let me mention his weight as 65 kgs. Okay, and then let me say that he has a Tata Nano car, and since nano is a string, it has to be enclosed within quotes. Okay, so now this is an array. Okay, this is an array with the name of person1. So we use square brackets to define an array. Alright, and within it we have all the values that we want. Now let us log this to the console. Okay, I'll say console.log, and to log it you just have to mention the name of the array. So I'll say person1, and then let me hit run. When I hit run, you can see that the array gets printed or logged to the console. Okay, now these are called as elements of the array. So Anil 36, 5.10, 65 and nano are the 5 elements of this array person1. Okay, now let us check the type of array. So I'll say type of, and then person1, name of the array. So when I run it, you can see that I get a result of object. So basically an array is an object. Okay, so we have learned about objects, correct? And I told you that in JavaScript almost everything is an object. So the array is also an object. Okay, now let us access the elements individually. If you remember, in objects to access values, we used to use keys, correct? So in objects we have key and value, key value, key value. So if you want to access value, we use keys, correct? But here we do not have that. What we have here is called as index, all right? And index starts from 0, all right? So if you want to access first element, then you have to use index 0. If you want to access second element, you have to use index 1. For this, index 3. For this, index 4. For this, index 5. Okay, index 5. So let us check out how to use index and access the elements. Alright. So here in this, I will say 0 inside square brackets. Okay. So it has to be square. So this is the name of the array and I am trying to access Anil. So Anil is in the first position and for the first position we have index 0. Okay. So now when I run it, I get Anil as output. Okay. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So if you want to access height of the person or if you want to access the third element, then you have to use 2. Okay. So when I run it, I get 5.1. If I want to access this, so it is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So fourth element, I want to access fourth element, it is in index 3. So I'll say 3 here to access 65. Okay. So this is how you access the element of an array. Alright. Now let us add an element. To add an element, we use push method. Okay. So we say the name of the array first and then we say push. Okay. We use push method and inside brackets and inside quotes we mention the element that we want to add. So here I want to say that Anil is married. Okay, Anil is married. So I have written married inside quotes. So now let me log this into the console. Console.log person1. Okay. So now when I run it, you can see Anil 36, 51, 65, nano and married are the elements of this array. Okay, this array. Now if I want to add a number, let us say 99, you just have to mention it without quotes. Okay, quotes are required if you want to add a string. If you want to add a number, no quotes are required. All right. Yes. Let me remove this. Yes. To check the length of the array or to see how many elements are in the array, we use length. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 elements here. We can see this here, but sometimes we do not have an option to see what is in an array, but we want to check how many elements are there. To do that, we use length. Okay. So we say person1, which is the name of the array, and we say length. Okay. Length. Dot length. So person1 dot length. And when I run it, I get 5 as output because there are 5 elements in the array. Okay. Next, let me delete this. I want to delete this item. Okay. I want to delete this item. To delete, we use pop method. Alright. So push method is for adding an element. Pop method is for removing an element. Okay. So I'll say person1. Alright. person1 dot pop. person1 dot pop and brackets. So do not forget this brackets. And now when I try to log to the console, I have Anil 36, 5.1 and 65. So the last item of the array gets removed. Okay, it gets removed. Next, let me delete this. I want to change. Okay, I want to change an element. So let us say his year is 37 or he is 37 years old. So let us say this array was created in the last year. Now his year is 37. So I want to change it. To change it, we use index number. Okay, so we say person1, which is name of the array, and inside square brackets we mention the name of, the index of the element that we want to change. So we want to change year, correct? 36 to 37. So 36 is in second position, and for second position we have index 1. So 0, 1. So we say 1 here in the bracket. Alright, and then we say 37. Okay, so we want to change the element which is in first index to 37. Okay, so now when I run it, I get Anil 37, 5.1, 6.5 and nano. Alright, so this is how you create an array and change or alter the parameters of it. Okay, so there are many things to learn about arrays. We will learn it slowly as we progress through this video course. Okay, so for now I want you to practice the things that we have learnt in this video. This is the end of it. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.